There was a phone that basically created history in last year's Flipkart BBT sale, as unlike every year where people used to wait to buy iPhones in this sale, but last year people were also equally eager to get this Android phone at around 40,000 rupees.
पास Samsung
Samsung Galaxy S23.
Yes, this Samsung S23. One of the best, if not the best phones that was usually available at around 40,000 rupees. And I can't remember the last time when people were actually so eager to get an older premium phone apart from an iPhone. I mean, why not? For less than 40,000 rupees, you got the best in class premium build quality and obviously the premium in-hand feeling, an amazing 120Hz dynamic AMOLED 2X display, a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor inside, amazing triple rear camera setup with the premium Samsung software. It had got every reason to make you at least think for once to check out this device. But if you are still waiting to get this phone in this year's Flipkart BBT sale, then I've got some bad news for you. You might won't be able to buy this then, and also you shouldn't buy this phone. Let me explain. No, it's not because of its battery life issues or heating issues, as let's be honest, most compact phones has these issues, mainly due to their compact form factor. As the less space you have, the more time it takes for the heat generated while doing any heavy tasks to get out of the phone. And if you have a metal frame on a phone with glass back, then it's evident you will feel the heat quite soon. And also that tight space only allows for a small capacity battery to be installed. Yes, silicon carbide solved these issues to an extent, but it's a newer technology in the phone world, and so most compact phones never used it. So when choosing a compact phone, especially from Apple or Samsung, you know what you're going for. The phones will heat and have much less battery than normal phones. We all know that by now. But here's to rather way more different and important reasons why you can't buy this phone in this year's BBT, and also why you shouldn't. Number 1. Why can't you buy this? The Samsung S23 was released back in January 2023. That's more than 2 years ago. And also, if I remember correctly, then last year the Samsung S22 wasn't really available, be it before the BBT sale or during the BBT sale. And even if it was, then the pricing was ridiculous. Now obviously the popularity of the S22 doesn't even come close to that of the S23 due to valid reasons of course. But still, don't be surprised if it isn't available anymore during the sales, or even if available but at a much higher cost. The S23 isn't available anymore as of recording this video. It might become available again, maybe, but this is a good indication that the S23 might not come in this year's sale. Now to be fair, we get to see the iPhone 13 still being available and might be available during the sale, but maybe not with that much of a discount anymore, because there obviously will be iPhone 14 and iPhone 15. We'll definitely bring an iPhone pricing video very soon for the BBT one, so stay subscribed for that. But the thing is, there aren't a lot of iPhones options, you know, like around 40,000 rupees. You will only find the iPhone 13 and that's it. Maybe the iPhone 16e will be available at around this price during the BBT sale, but there are good differences between that phone and the iPhone 13. Whereas the S23 will have more of its own competitions, which brings me to my next point. Why you shouldn't buy this? Let's say the Samsung S23 is available at around 38,000 rupees just like last year in this year's Flipkart BBT sale, or maybe on Amazon Get Festival sale, even though chances of that happening is a little thin. But around that price, the Samsung S24 will also be available. Now you immediately might say, bro, you can't compare a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 with the S24's Exynos 2400. It sucks. Well, I wouldn't disagree, but here's the thing. You might have this strong narrative that the Exynos heats more and in turns drains battery faster. Well, that was kind of true when the S24 was initially launched. Like in almost every battery test done then, you will see that the S24 used to lose much more battery as compared to the S23, even though it had 100 mAh battery more than the S23, and also it heated more. But now after the recent updates, the battery is basically similar with barely any noticeable heating difference between the two. I mean, both heats up due to the compactness. Maybe the S24 might heat up a degree or more, but the differences won't be that big. And when you talk about the gaming stability, then yes, the Snapdragon still wins there. But again, if you are into heavy gaming, as said, gaming or doing any heavy tasks is not a good idea to do in a compact phone. Plus the S24 has better display, better camera outputs in most conditions, and much better longer software update path, which I'm a bit skeptical about with that processor. But for the next 3-4 years, I think it will perform fine, and I think it is actually a better pick than the S23 as of now or during the sales, when it could be easily found around the same price. And let's say you need more and faster storage for the same price, or even a little less price with a bigger display with much better battery life, but without losing that premium Samsung touch, then you will have the Samsung S24 FE. Now yes, apart from a slight underclocked processor, a less sharper display with thicker bezels, this phone is basically better than the S23 or the S24. Again, if you aren't a heavy gamer or don't care about recording 4K 60fps across all of the cameras. So now practically speaking, you tell me, when you will have better options around the same price or even a bit lower price in terms of battery life and heat management, and the other option with better display, cameras and softer longevity, reality, would you still just get the Samsung S23 just for the Snapdragon processor? I know a lot of you guys might still say yes to that, and I agree. Exynos needs a lot of work even now, but it isn't the crap that it used to be, especially if you're not a heavy user. So you won't find that big of a difference in normal day-to-day performance. But one thing I would like to add is that if you're not into Samsung, then there will be a lot of good options around the sales, or even now as of recording this video. But yes, you won't get the same consistency as Samsung, be it in the camera department or the software, especially the software in the Android world. And especially if you want a phone that can record great videos but don't want an iPhone, then Samsung is basically your only option. Rest, this was my personal thoughts, so let me know yours too, and these are other great videos if you want to watch them. So till the next one, this was Rideep. See you guys.